Hi all, Ashley here. Hope you're doing well. Today I have a project share. I actually have 5 mini albums to share today. I decided to go monochromatic with the first one, and then I just made all the colors to the side here. So I will flip through all of them, and these are also all available for sale, so I will put all that information in the description bar below. But here's the first one. This one is teal. It will have a twine closure, but I'm just taking off all the closures for now. It's got some sequins on the front. It says grow on it, and then some enamel dots. Almost all the product, I think, except for the thickers, are all Doodlebug. And yeah, as far as dimensions, it's 3-inch spine. It's got 6 signature pages, and all the signature pages are interactive. This flips up, pocket here. This flips to this side. Also, all the signature pages are pockets. Got a little envelope here. These 2 open. Got a little tuck spot here. Flips up, pocket here, flips to the side. Got a little mini clothespin from Doodlebug. Another envelope, tuck spot. So that's this first one. That's the teal one. And then let me go on to the second. I love how this one comes out. I don't usually do just all gray color scheme, but I think it came out very elegant and classy looking. So I will just flip through this one quickly. Again, all these are pockets. Pocket here, tuck spot here, little pocket. Oops, to the side, another little mini clothespin. I think those are so cute. Little waterfall here that's tied shut. These 2 flip out. To the side, another little pocket here. Pocket, flips up. Yeah, and some more stitching. And then I will do the other 3 kind of quickly. So you can see this one is the Wonder one. Some sequins that are Doodlebug sequins. And then the focus of these projects were their petite prints. So that's why they all have the petite print papers here. Oh, this little mini clip came out. Put that back on here. These flip open. So that's the purple Wonder one. Then I've got this dream blue one, and then pink happy one. So I love this simple circle sequins up on the front. And then I used the inside of that sequin shaker for this first page. And then just more interactive elements for load space. And then one more, the happy one with a couple hearts cut out. And then similar interactive elements here. So I'll show those here in a second when we get to the tutorial. The pink album is what I put together on camera. So I will share that tutorial now, but like I said, if you would like to purchase any one of these, I will leave information on the description for how to do that. For now, I'll move on to the tutorial. I am going to start here with some Doodlebug cardstock. I've taped together 2 pieces of 12 by 12 paper, and I'm going to trim at about 7.5 inches high just to cut off some of the excess. And then I'm going to lay down my pre-cut chipboard. So I have 2 pieces that are 5.5 by 5.5 and one that is 3 inches wide here for the spine. And I'm going to place the spine right at the center and just leave a little bit of space as I place the other 2 down. So about 1/8 of an inch or so space between all of these pieces of chipboard. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess around the 2 sides and along the corners as well. So then here I'm going to score along all the edges of the chipboard so the cardstock will easily fold over. And I start to apply lots of tape to the sides before I fold over. I pretty much always use tape. If you've seen me put together albums before, I always use tape for the chipboard and this part here too. You can use liquid glue as well, but I usually stick to the double-sided tape. I'm going to just nick in the corners here a little bit to make sure the fold is nice and neat. And then I will move on to the binding. So for the binding, I am taking another piece of cardstock, cutting it 4 3/4 inches, and it's 11 inches long. And then I'm going to do some scoring here. I start at the 1 inch mark, and then I score 18 times, each 1/2 inch apart. And my last mark here, it will leave me about 1.5 inches of space, but that's okay. All of that will get taped down. So then now I'm just going to fold my hinges and add some more double-sided tape in between each of the hinges so we can tape those all down. And this will be what I use to make, to attach my 6 signature pages. So just taking my time here, scoring, folding down my cardstock. And then, yep, then you see those 6 hinges. And then I'm going to add lots of double-sided tape again to make sure it'll really stick down well and adhere that to the album. And then score along the parts where the album will actually fold. Then I'll move on to some more lining. So I am going to line the 2 inside panels inside the album, and then I'm going to line also the spine of the album and the front cover. Because I'm doing all monochromatic, I'm using lots of different pattern papers. Since it's all one color, I don't mind mixing and matching the different prints. But these are all Doodlebug Petite Prints. So then now I'm going to go on to actually making the signature pages. They're all going to be pockets, so I cut them 10.5 inches by 5 inches. And I need 6 of these. And again, I'm using just, it's all pink, but just a few different tones of pink here. And then I'm going to score to create my pockets at 5 inches and 10 inches. And then fold those over and then add some tape here, and then we'll have our pockets. So then just making sure that that all fits nicely. But I'm going to go ahead and start working on the interactive elements, and basically all I did was just take all of the different pieces of like scrap that was left over from when we trimmed off the excess for the cover, and then also as we were making all the pockets. All of that extra scrap paper is used for the interactive elements. So to make the different fold-out pages and pull-up pages, all of those I just added like just a 1/2 inch score mark and adhered it straight down to the pocket. And then the these pockets here, just again scored along 3 of the sides now. Added some tape and stuck those down. So yeah, just worked with what I had, just the excess that I had already. And these 2 pieces here, these were from the excess from the hinges that I made. Again, just created a 1/2 inch score mark on one of the sides and just stuck those down. And then now I'm going to go ahead and line all of these. So I did all that off camera, but again, just use a bunch of the Petite Print papers to line every little like element, the interactive pieces front and back, the pockets, all of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my adhesive to the hinges, again using tape. It's probably a little faster to use glue here, but I just think it's a little neater to use tape. So I use my 1/4 inch tape here. And then for me, I just go ahead and pull off both, just like pull off both sides of one of the hinges and place down the pocket. I know some people will kind of only take off a little bit of the tape first and kind of position it and then pull out the rest of the tape. But for me, it's just easier to just pull, yeah, just to go for it. So that's how I attach all of these on. And then I kind of just am careful to check to make sure that the pages are all lining up similarly to each other. And also, before I put these all down, I just double check to make sure that there weren't like too many of the same prints right next to each other, or the same like interactive elements right next to each other. And I also made a couple envelopes here. They have Velcro closures. I'm just going to stick them right onto some of the pages that don't have an interactive element, just so every page has something interactive about it. So now there's lots of like flip ups and tuck spots and envelopes and just lots of little fun little interactive elements for each of the pages. And then now I'm going to move on to the lining. So off camera I did some stitching. I do like to add stitching to pretty much all my projects now. So I did some tone on tone stitching here with some pink. And I'll go ahead and line the inside of the album, added to the spine as well, and then the last thing will just be the cover. The other thing that I added already too was the eyelets. So this will close using some pink twine, and I just went ahead and added, I used my crocodile punch to add eyelets to the front and back. And so for the front cover, I used my silhouette to cut out a couple quick little hearts. And this will be how I'll add my shaker mix. I added some foam tape all around the little hearts here. And I'm going to use Doodlebug sequins here in a second. I use just like the pink mix that they have to make these into little shakers. I'm just going to try to pop this up so it'll lie flat, because I left space for, for adding lots of elements into the album, so the album still has lots of space, so it doesn't exactly sit flat yet. But yeah, I'm adding my pink sequins here. Also just had like a couple sequins like on my desk, a couple pink sequins that I guess fell out of my last sequins mix, so threw those in here too. But just removing all the tape, we'll adhere this down, and then we will add a title. I'm just going into my stash here, pulling out some pink thickers. I don't remember what this is from, but yeah, I have a lot of thickers in my stash that I need to use up. But I just pull out Happy, Simple Sentiment, and then I'll pull out some enamel dots as well and just add those around the front cover and then the spine. And that will wrap up my album. So I hope you like seeing the process video for this and seeing the different albums that I made using the Doodlebug Petite Print papers and using just monochromatic color scheme. Again, I'll leave information in the description bar below if you're interested in purchasing one of these albums. And that will be all for now. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.